PFL women's lightweight regular season begins on May 6th, 2022. And it just so happens this evening, I'm talking to a PFL lightweight contender, Olena, the Cannon, Kolesnyk, the Cannon. Thank you for being here. I'm excited to finally get a chance to meet you.
Thank you for asking me for interview. So I'm excited to speak with you too.
Well, it is a huge honor, and the way that the world is right now, it would be inappropriate to talk about fighting right away because there's a real fight going on that's way more important than sport. It involves your country, and I've read interviews about you. I've seen interviews that you've done previously where you've talked about the journey and everything that you've had to go through that most of us can only imagine. Because what's going on in Ukraine right now, not only is it outrageous and heartbreaking, but it's like you've experienced things that I don't think any of us can even fathom. And I'd like to kind of start there. I know that you're in Kiev when this whole disaster happened. And can you talk through the chaos? Like, how did you handle the first couple of days of the invasion? How were you able to get to safety and make it to America?
It's hard to repeat how much I pass to be here, and it's still hard even to be here and know that your family is there. Just like a couple minutes ago, I speak with my mom. Her name is same as my Olena. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my father still loves her. They together like 34 years, and when I birth and they understand this is a girl, my father give me the same as mom. So yeah, she's really strong person, and she's still in Ukraine, and she's like, really stubborn person. Like, I think from her I take it my genetic, to be stubborn sometimes it's bad, but it is what it is anyway. And she texted me like became harder because like every day they have alarms, a lot of alarms, half day alarms, and you go to sleep, you hear alarm, you wake up, you hear alarm. So it's hard. And especially like my city, Odessa, is surrounded by Black Sea. So, and it's easier from Crimea to take a soldier ship and attack my city. So this is what prepare my city for this in a future couple days, which will be, but a lot of, so my city is more than 1 million people in my city, but about my city really famous for the whole world because people from the city is unique. Mm-hmm. Like they like smile, they're really open. So when our people pray that everything will be okay, but still when I go here, all my life, I saw my city such empty, always like full roads of people, full streets, everybody walking around, always good weather, like good climate, because as I told you, you see around. So, but the reason is still like a lot of people who cannot leave the city is still there. And my mom texted me like the empty schedules became more and more, mm-hmm. Like products finish, like some stuff like soap finish, and every day it's became less and less in the shop market. So it's hard, honestly. Mm-hmm. It's hard for me to hear, and especially today, like before, I'm really happy that I have such a brave friends, because all guys which I know from Ukraine, fighters, sportsmen, wrestlers, they now in army. Mm-hmm. I'm really proud for them. I'm really happy that my nation, my people, so strong, so gathered together, to protect our country. But in another way, like it make my soul cry, because when I go to sleep, when I wake up, and I pray that I didn't find like anyone from my close friends.
Olena, you talked about something that I think is really important, and one of the things that I wasn't surprised, but I still like had to like read it a few times. And what I mean by that is Yaroslav Amosov, like he was supposed to fight. He's the welterweight champion in Bellator, and he was like, "I'm not fighting. There's a real fight back home, and that's where I'm going to be." And the Kolechkos are very involved in everything, and the most famous people in that entire country. That, I mean, when I think of Ukraine, they're like the first people I think of, and for them to like be out front with this and like wanting to help and do things, I just think it's really important. And in a way that it's got to be, if America were like being invaded and I had to go, and now I'm in Ukraine living there because my home got invaded, now I'm an athlete and I have to play football, or I have to play, or I'm sorry, or I have to fight. And then it's like, okay, well, all this stuff's going on back in your home, but we need you to do sport. I don't, that would be really difficult for me. Maybe it's good because it distracts you and keeps you busy, but at the same time, I can only imagine how difficult that would be because it's probably constantly in the back of your head.
Listen, I have a long crying conversation with my mom before I fly here. And I said to her that I'm going to army because, like everything what I saw or I can imagine will be in future, like my soul was like this, like fuck, but my mom said like, Helen, like you cannot, what you make better for Ukraine, how you can help to Ukraine is represent Ukraine in a high level and tell the true all people what's going on in Ukraine right now. Mm-hmm. So do what you must to do, and now like I interview like the true what's going on there, not like in the media, like some media, a lot of fakes. So yeah, I saw it by my eyes, what's going on in my country, and I see it every day, my friends in army. So yeah, and she told me like, Helen, like you must fly, and because honestly, like first couple weeks, I punish myself. I feel guilty that I let them because like I'm here, they in another part of planet, so it was hard. But we speak every day, morning, evening. But you're right, like for me better to be here to show the world who is Ukrainian people, how brave we are. So, and to do it for my country and for my family, to make a great fights and to put my Ukrainian flag. So the reason is, one situation made me really mad. Usually I'm a really calm person, like, but the one situation, like I was here already. So, and I saw like one Russian singer, which not popular like maybe 10 years ago, like nobody even listened to her songs. And this, I'm sorry, bitch, she go to one of Ukrainian city and take my flag, which you saw behind me, so take my flag out from the city, like, oh, this city is Russia now. I cannot explain my emotions inside of me because she's lucky I'm not there, definitely in this city. And she won't be lucky when I meet her personal, I will never forget, and I never like forgive to the people who do it like, laughing, take out my flag. Fuck them, that our people ready to die to protect our country, So I cannot predict what that president going to make, but I pray they will find some opportunity to speak with each other, our presidents, you know, like, and find the way how to stop the war.
I think it's important for you to represent your country in sport right now.
Yeah.
And now that you're over here, I know that I've talked to a few people that you know. I know Charles Johnson pretty well. He's been on my show before, and I know that you train with him in Thailand. And just kind of like being here in the States now and training here in America, how different is it? Is it weird a little bit? Does it take some getting used to? Because I know that training in Thailand and being over there, there's always going to be a little bit of differences. And I was just wondering, like, how has your training been since you've been in America?
Listen, this is not my first time in America. So I'm in USA since 2015.
Mm-hmm.
So, but now I like train in a great gym in Extreme Couture. And I'm really grateful and happy to train with cool coaches. I train now with a legend of K1, Ray Sefo. Yeah, and I have a lot of advice from him. And my main coach, my head coach, Dennis Davis, amazing wrestler, you know, like, and I can fix all my mistakes which I made in the fight before. So this is like, maybe this is the one thing for now which make my soul more relaxed, you know. When I go into the gym, like all my thoughts about like home, about war disappear for the time I'm in the gym. Mm-hmm. You know, and like a lot of guys here like help me, you know, like with wrestling, with striking, and really nice people in the gym. And I'm really like all coaches, they're amazing, and I'm happy to be in Extreme, and they're happy to be where I am now. So it's not easy, not at all. It's hard, like physically and mentally, but you know, I cannot complain. I'm alive, so what can I say?
When I think about you and I think about the opponents that you've had over the past few years, you fought some of the toughest girls on the planet. I know Pam Swarnson's in Bellator now, and Felicia Spencer, she's retired. She's not a fighter anymore.
No way!
She retired.
Why? I want a revenge. What the fuck?
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
What?
She retired. It was recent. She just announced it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, she retired. She announced her retirement, I want to say about 4 months ago, 5 months ago.
Why? She pregnant?
I don't think so. I think she said that, well, maybe she wants to be. I don't know.
But she's young.
Yeah, she's 30. Yeah, she's very young. I don't know. But yeah, she's retired. So, that's weird. I assumed you knew. Well, anyway, I hate to break it to you, but I don't think you're going to fight her again because she's retired. You fought some really difficult women, yeah. And your PFL fights, I look at every single one of your opponents, they're all tough. And I know that
when you not fight 2 years, yeah, it was not easy.
No, not at all. And right, exactly. So I was meaning to ask, it's like, okay, so you get into the PFL, you've been in Invicta in the past, and you go into PFL. I know there's a big difference between fighting in Invicta and then fighting in the PFL. I know that there are a lot of women that have kind of gone back and forth between both of those promotions. Can you tell me a little bit, as like when you're actually there for the event and you're fighting, does it work a little bit differently, like from behind the scenes? Is there a lot more difficulties and things that are happening in the PFL events that people that are watching at home wouldn't necessarily know about, or is it just like any other fight?
Listen, I want to say, like, PFL, really great organization, and I'm so excited to be there. And the attitude to fighters really cool. Like whatever you need, they will help you. Even some guys from Dagestan, Russia, they don't speak English. They find them interpreter to help them. Or from Brazil, they speak or in Portuguese, so they find for helper for them. So the attitude from PFL organization is just no worse. Like, I'm really happy to be here. What else can I say?
Mhm.
I like PFL. I like this organization, and I'm blessed to be there. So
When I think of the lightweight division, I mean, obviously there aren't that many of you. There's 8 of you, 8, 9, 10, something like that, of people that are in your division, right?
listen. The reason is, my opinion, better even don't count, because during the last year, as you see, some girls, like somebody like not make weight, somebody injured. So even when you see the first like 8, it's not mean like all of them will be in the fight in the which they post. You never know what happened, because we're not with all respect to masters, we're not drawing. Every day in the training you can be injured, anything can happen. So yeah, so
It's like they have the roster, but because of injuries, because of sickness, they could always find somebody else, and somebody you may not even really know about, and then it's just kind of like,
but
what?
this is great, I think. Why not? This is more opportunities for girls who still want to fight. So like I feel like in my soul this fire like became bigger and bigger, because every year like I have more and more opportunities. Listen, I'm from great, amazing, but it will be rude, but I say, but poor country. So but here, like every time when I came here and I meet with my friends, Sirena Jesus, who will fight in Invictus soon. So yeah, and I say, you have no idea how lucky you are. I mean, not you, like all of you, like girls, gyms huge, like all kind of equipment, fights, can be any weekend. Sitting in Europe, you can wait for fight for forever. I'm waiting for fight for 2 years or maybe more. So yeah, to be in US, it's much different. It's like, for example, today I work with a guy. He was in UFC. I post the photo with him, Justin. So yeah, and every day he showed me some new tricks. He showed me new tricks. Coach Dennis Davis showed me some new tricks on the ground. Sefo, of course, changed my stand-up a little bit, so yeah, like to be here, it's like slowly, step by step, you're going upstairs to follow your dream.
I want you to fight Clarissa Shields. I think that'd be really cool. I want you to fight her. I don't have anything bad to say about her. I know she's an amazing boxer. She's an athlete, but I want to see you fight her. I think it'd be a good fight.
I think it will be honestly boring.
You think so?
For me, I am, because I think in this tournament will be a lot of girls where we can make a real one show. And I cannot say to you right now, I cannot say even with whom I fight, because it's secret before they announce.
Yes.
And I even know with whom I want to fight after the fight. I definitely know with who. And this is what actually, I hope everything will be okay in this fight. Yeah, you never know, only God knows. But this is what actually I will ask after the fight. So yeah, I definitely know with whom I would like to fight, but we will see.
We will see indeed. I'm looking forward to it. the regular season for you starts next month in May. Can you tell me a little bit about just kind of how are you feeling physically and just getting ready for the season to start? It's got to have been a long time coming, and I'm sure you've been waiting very eagerly for this for months now.
Listen, after I lost Larissa Pacheco, I was upset.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 1 month. So I take a vacation. I go to the wood. I spent it with my friend. And this time he helped me really, emotionally. So we spent great time together. And then I came back home, and my coach of combat sambo tell me, you should take a part in samba tournaments. I said, okay. And I won a couple of samba tournaments. I won a world championship in combat jiu-jitsu, national championship in combat jiu-jitsu. So I make some work. Maybe I not show what I did to everyone, but yeah, I spent some time to make myself better, because I know one rule before I have a goal, I have a dream, and all my dream, God helped me to make me true. The way I do it, it's a hard way. Always hard way. I never get something easy in my life, never. In education, in fights, in job, nothing just not like in Cinderella cartoon,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody lie to me and give me something, nobody present me something. Everything I got in my life, I need to bite my teeth,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what can I say? I'm just excited. I'm
excited too. I've been waiting a long time for the ladies of the PFL to fight again. Kayla Harrison is back. I kind of thought she was going to leave. I did. I thought I'd fight somebody I really liked if they're going to pay me enough. Hey, yeah, we're friends, but I mean, I'll absolutely fight you. I'd say that to one of my friends, yo, they're going to pay us a lot of money. Do you want to fight each other? Yeah, of course, let's do it. I would. So I can't blame anybody. I think you got to do what you got to do. I think you have to take whatever fight they're going to pay you for, because it's difficult to make a lot of money in MMA. And if they're going to pay you something crazy, I'm just saying, I wouldn't fault anybody for it. Get your payday while you can.
I'm different type of person like this. Maybe because I'm from Ukraine. So for me, money, of course, they're important, because for money I can help my family, help myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I fight not for the money. I fight because I like it. I fight for my legacy, And for example, you say it will be easier to fight with the friend. For example, here I have one friend, it's Sirena.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I wouldn't fight with her, because she my friend. For me, when I call someone friend, it means something. It's not like friends. Here, a lot of people say, oh, he my friend, he my buddy, blah, 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 bullshit, Friend, the person, when you trouble, give you your hand, So from the girl, I have a lot of friends. I have friends here, the boys,
Mm-hmm.
But from the girl, I'm not open person, So from girls, she is my friend, because when I fly here, she pick me from airport. Her family support me. They ask me every day. They, this is friendship, in my opinion. And I asked her, why you help me so much? And he said, because I know if I be in trouble, you did it the same. I said, yeah, that's true. So for me, it will be hard to fight, because I like this person,
Yeah.
But maybe this is the reason, because this is only one, my friend. Yeah,
I suppose so. I tell you what, I still there's this guy, I love him to death. I love him like a brother. I do. He's been my best friend since I was 11 years old. I would definitely fight the shit out of him for a lot of money. And then we'd have a beer afterward, and I wouldn't care. Like if he beat me up, that's totally fine. I wouldn't dislike him. I wouldn't be angry with him, and I'm pretty sure he wouldn't care either. I think we would just be good, and we can cry into our millions of dollars. We'll use that as tissues.
For me, it's different. For me, it's different. For me, friendship, it's like a love.
Mm-hmm.
It's often. It's not often. I know for Las Vegas, it's not regular,
Yeah.
But for me, if you my friend, like it's mean like you a piece of my soul, if like I love someone, it's again. So for me it will be like I fight against myself. So what the reason, and I don't think so that in MMA you cannot make a good fights on a good money. I mean, because MMA grew up. You see, like a couple years ago, they're not PFL. Now we have PFL, and it's became huge.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, for me, I think I will find opportunity to earn, like make a big fights for a good money. But for me, first of all, it's about legacy and about to be in Ukrainian history MMA. This is what I want to make. This is my main goal, to show the people from Ukraine and can fight in a good level too.
What would winning the 2022 championship mean to you?
A lot. So when I took part in 2021, my main goal was, it's still in my dream, to make my huge academy of MMA. So, and to give opportunity to people which doesn't have money to train for free in my hometown, So it was my main, but now, in the situation where the people lost houses, the army doesn't have enough equipment, in my situation, the winning of every fight, I don't say about final fight, I say it step by step, in my situation, it's mean a lot. And it's motivate me to work hard, to train hard. For example, yesterday, I feel really bad in the evening. Like I feel not good, like physically I was tired. But then like, I push myself. I said, listen, no matter what time is it, you just must go and train. This is why you here. So I go in the gym in 11 p.m. So, and I just make condition, which I must to do. So the reason is like, it's mean a lot for me. And again, God give me opportunity to fight in the PFL. So I cannot just make it like, oh, it's happened. Okay. No, it's not okay. It's like a huge present for me and for my people and for my country.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you perform in this upcoming season. I want to see you string together some victories, and I want to see you get in a championship fight. I think that would be amazing. And I want to see it. I want to see the belt. I want to see a big belt on you. Why not? Let's do it.
Me too.
I really appreciate your time this evening, Olena, and I hope that I can have you back on this show again. I hope that things. I know it's not going to be as easy as get back to normal. It's going to take a really long time, but I will say that I think all of us want all of this shit to end as soon as possible, and this needs to stop. So my thoughts are with you. I want you to have an amazing season. I think it would be. It's really important right now for the Ukrainian fighters to be out there and to perform. It's important, and I'm glad that you have the chance to represent your country right now. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope we can do it again soon.
Thank you.